Hey, what's going on, guys? So in this tutorial we're going to create this login page which is responsive for all devices that you're going to use. So I'm going to inspect this to see what's going on here, and as you see here, it is really responsive for any types of mobile iPads or anything. So I'm going to select iPhone X, and you see that it's responsive for all type of the devices. So let's create a dot, but before we start writing codes, make sure to subscribe to my channel for more videos just like this one. Okay, so here I have already created a folder in Visual Studio Code. This is a code editor that I'm going to use in this tutorial. It's a long time that I'm using this, so you can also use this. So in this login page here, I have already two folders of Bootstrap, which has the needs file for Bootstrap, and the main one that we need here is the bootstrap.main.css. So the first thing I'm going to do here is to create a login.html file. So I'm going to say login.html. So, and if you're someone who is using Visual Studio, if you just type out this code, it's going to generate template like this. So the first thing I'm going to do is to link out our project with you know, the style bootstrap dot main dot css, and this enable us to use bootstrap in its manner way. Okay, so here I'm gonna create a section. I'm gonna say section, and this section is going to have the class of container, and this container is going to be fluid because we want it to take the whole or the entire web page. Okay, so after that, here I have another section. I'm gonna say section, and we also have a class name for this. We're gonna create a row, and we're gonna justify everything to center. So after that, inside this, I'm gonna create another section, and this section gonna have the col 12. In a normal way, it's going to get if you are a few familiar with the Bootstrap, it divides the page into 12 parts, and in the normal situation, we want the elements take the 12 columns of the web page. But in other situation, in a small size, we want to it takes 6, and in the really medium size, it's going to take 4 columns. So print presenter, and inside this, what we wanted to do is to create a form. I'm going to say form, and this form is going to have a class of form group. So form group enable you to use forms, and it's just normally telling Bootstrap that we're going to use a form here. Till yet we didn't and we have not done anything yet special, and nothing gonna be visible in a web page. So now it's time to put something on a web page. So here I'm gonna create a div with a class name of form group, and inside the form group, what we want to do is to press enter actually, sorry, and inside this we're gonna actually, this is not form group, it's form container, because this is going to hold everything. And inside this, we're going to create a label. So I'm going to say label, and it's going to have a for, which I'm going to pass email here, email, and inside this, we're going to pass email just normally. I'm saying email, and out of this, I'm going to come here and create an input type. So I'm going to say input, and the type is going to be email, and it's going to have a placeholder of email, and outside this, we're going to have a class of form control, and we also going to have an ID because we want to this label refer to this input type. So I'm going to say email, and we're gonna give it a you know nothing else, and we're gonna give to this one. So I'm just gonna save this, and here I'm using an extension called live server. And if you have an installed live server in your project in your Visual Studio Code, you can just right click on your HTML file, and here it gives you an option which is open with live server. So I'm just gonna click on open with live server, and this is going to open the web browser for us or running our web page, and you don't have to all the time refresh your web page to get the difference or to get changes in your file. So after that, here we have a form group, and we created an input type. So after this input type, we're gonna get out of this, and we're gonna create another form group, another div with the class name of form group. So inside this form group, this is div, not dov. Sorry guys. Div dot form group. So inside this, we're gonna pass a label. So I'm gonna say label, and this is going to have the password. So I'm gonna say password. I don't know why I capitalized them. Password, and inside this, we're just gonna have the password. And outside this, I'm gonna come and create another input type. I'm gonna say input type, and its type is going to be password, and we're gonna give it a placeholder of password. And the next thing that we wanted to do is to give it a class name of form control. And outside this, what we need else, we need an ID, which is password, to whenever we click on this label, it's it just directly or put a focus on this input type. So after that, I think that we don't need anything else. So I just save it and go to the browser, and actually this is looking like this. And the first thing that we forget here is to have a heading here. And also this, I gave this an ID, which whenever we click on this label, it just put focus on this input type. So we're gonna create also the the login page. So at the head here, I'm gonna come and say I'm gonna create an h4 tag, and inside this h4 tag, we're gonna give it a class name of text center, and also its font is going to be width bold. So inside its inner HTML, we're gonna pass just login, save it, and there we go, we have it. So at the end of this, we're gonna have a button. So I'm gonna come here and create a button, and we're gonna give it a class of btn, and also btn primary and the btn block, which because we wanted to cover the entire login form. And inside this, we're just gonna pass submit, save it, go to the browser, and there we go, we have it like this. So everything is done with the HTML, and the next thing, and its fun part, is CSS. Actually, we don't have to even do a CSS because it's really look amazing right now, but we're gonna do a little bit of CSS to make it look even better. So here I'm gonna create a style.css file. So I'm gonna say style.css, and inside this, before we do anything, we have to link it up with this HTML file. So I'm gonna say link, and we're gonna link it with HTML with CSS. So I'm gonna say style.css, and there we go, it's link it. So the first thing we're gonna do is to select the body, and we're gonna set the background color to something like #383A3D. So save it and go here, and there we go, it's looking like this. And also we're gonna give it a padding top, because you notice here it is match or in touch with a we want to see it's be in the center. So I'm going to say padding, and its padding top it's going to be 25 VH. And if I save it and go to the browser, and it's exactly in the center. And also we're gonna give it I'm just gonna get rid of this background color because it didn't work something like amazing. So I'm gonna say hash C0 C0 and C0. Actually, I should get over of this, and there we go. And it's the color that I want. I'm really in love with this color. So after that, we're gonna select the form itself, and what we wanted to do is to set its background color to, again, to this color. Save it. And nothing gonna change because this is not going to change anything, but we want to give it a box shadow. So I'm gonna say box shadow, and it's going to be -6 pixel and 6 pixel and also 12 pixel, and its color is going to be B4, B4, and B4. And the next thing is 6 pixel. The other side is 6 pixel and -6 pixel and 12 pixel, and C, 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 C. It's enough, and you see that it has this, and the login is outside this. So we're just gonna bring the login, this login title, inside the form here where we have it here. So I'm just gonna copy or cut it from here, cat, and bring it inside the form group. Actually this is a form, and outside this, paste it, save, and there we go. It's looking like this. And you see that they are a little close to here. We're gonna give it some padding and margin. So I'm gonna come here and say dot form, and from form we're gonna select the form container. So, and after that we're gonna give it a border radius of, I don't know, but I really like putting border radius to everything. So border radius of 10 pixel, and we're gonna give it a padding of 30 pixel. So now save it, and I think that I didn't select it well. So I'm just gonna go here and copy form container. Just copy this. Oh, all the time I used to make the spelling mistakes. And here we go. We have the padding too. And after this, we're gonna select the input type itself. So I'm gonna say inputs, and we're gonna set its border to none, and also its color is going to be something like hash AD, and its border radius is going to be radius. If you don't know about the border radius, if you notice here we have no angle. We have but a little bit, but here I'm just gonna give it a 6 pixel, and you notice that it's going to change. Now I'll save it and go here, and you see that it's a little bit more, but I think that nothing changed, so we can get over of this. Yeah, nothing changed. So after that we're gonna give it a box shadow also. So I'm gonna say box shadow, and we're gonna give it 6 pixel. No, I'm not gonna type it because programmers are really, this is in blood of a programmer, even though I'm not a real programmer. So I'm just gonna copy this and paste it down here. Now if I save it, go here, and also you notice that here we have, I don't know, I can see where we don't have the shadow, but I think that we have the shadow. So this is from our login page, and also this is responsive because here if you notice we pass the colon 12 colon a small size is going to be 6. It takes 6, and also 6 columns, and also in medium, I don't know what medium size is going to be 4, and it's looking like this. And if you want, you can also change. So I'm just gonna go in input types, and we're gonna change the input, the cursor to pointer. Save it, and also it's changed to this. There we go. So this was from our tutorial, and if you guys like tutorials like this, you can hit that subscribe button, and also if you enjoy this, you can give me a thumbs up. It will help me, I guess, so that this is what that the YouTuber says, to give us a thumbs up. So also to keep on telling this, even though I didn't completed the hundreds, thousands of subscribers. So take care, bye.